Hello and welcome to a new Cardano video. Finally, I'm happy to announce that we now know the date of the Cardano Vasil hard fork, which is set to take place on September 22nd. Those who follow this channel are aware that the hard fork occurs on that day, not the day the changes take effect. And then the modifications are applied to J a few days later. In this video, we'll then discuss it. I'll make an effort to quickly understand what comes next. Please spread the word and let people know that Vasil is taking place by looking at some of the most popular news stories from the community as well as the timestamps below, as usual. At this point, everything is a goal. If you have any comments, questions, or anything else along those lines, please leave them below. If you're new, please also like and subscribe. Let's get started. Okay, so let's begin with the tweet from IOG, which had the primary announcements regarding the confirmed Vasil update date. You can see this. They can, along with the Cardano Foundation, today announced the 22nd of September for the Vasil upgrade on the Cardano Mania after successful completion and rigorous testing. We've been waiting for this for a while now, so it's wonderful to finally be in this position where we have a date. But at least we are aware that a fully secure node version is currently being distributed. And once more, the Cardano hard fork combinator event doesn't really mean anything to the average user in terms of not having to worry about a split or that there will be something you have to do for your tokens or your ADA. You have to do nothing, and everything for the end user will still work exactly the same after there hasn't been a new coin created or anything of the sort. When you look at the ETH merge, which is going to happen, have that open, however, it does mean that it will either occur today or tomorrow. According to this countdown, the merge will occur on September 13th or 14th, and when that happens, there may be a chain split, the creation of two tokens, and the existence of ETH, or whatever they decide to call it. But on other chains, the same thing might occur. You needn't worry about a split or something like with Cardano either. So the date is only the 22nd. Additionally, if we check over here on Poll Peak, we can see the Epic's calendar. Epic 365 officially begins on the 22nd. At that time, the updates will be submitted to the network, and it will take another 5 days. The 27th of September will mark the conclusion of that epic and the beginning of 366, which will be the first epic to include the changes made by Vasil. And the improvements that have been made can actually be used by everything in the ecosystem. I'm glad to be here, and I'm extremely interested to see what will be used and who will be the first few dApps to release and make use of these features. The adjustments will therefore not all take effect on July 27th. Projects will need some time to be tested before anyone starts using them the next day. However, some people will need to create new smart contracts because the previous ones will continue to function flawlessly after the hard fork. However, in order to benefit from some of the modifications, we'll need to upgrade their contracts. If we check down the thread here, we can see some discussion about what it will accomplish. The many metrics that had to be reached in order to proceed with the hard fork have already been discussed in sufficient detail on this channel. Therefore, it stands to reason that state pools and their operators were the first to hit theirs. It was 75%. It's fantastic to see that SPO has done a terrific job there, not only testing but also being upgraded in time as well. This current epic origins, and a few hours later we are at 87% of blocks, and this epic were made on the 1.35.3 Nord version. You can see that we have been monitoring this when you look at the exchanges. Nets upgraded to they're now open in process, so you can see that. Maxi has already contacted you. Additionally, work is being done on the Coinbase. I am aware that the Foundation has reached out to them once again. Therefore, it's wonderful to see that things are finally going along here as well. And now that the date is public, I predict that many of the other ones will soon follow. Those were the two measurements, then. The third was followed by the dApps. You may see the most recent information on all of these if we descend here. Additionally, I believe that the most of them are essentially present. I believe that's the most of it. Next, we take a look over here at the hard fork. Many of the topics we've discussed previously will have connections to this thread underneath them, but I'll also include links to those topics if you want to look them up as well. The weekly Cardano development update is what follows. As a result, you may view the discussion on this page's ecosystem preparedness. A new version has been released on testnets for preview and pre-production a couple times already, Deadless. And I anticipate that within the next week or two, the mainnet will release a new version. Although I don't use Deadless personally right now, it has benefits from being a complete node wallet. However, I currently utilize some of the other ecosystem alternatives solely from my everyday wallet. So, this is the standard beginning. I actually have another video on this, and I'm also trying to figure out where other projects stand right now. And I might compile that into a video overview. But while it's encouraging to see these numbers rising steadily, I would suggest that as the year draws to a close, things should start moving much more quickly in terms of initiatives and building projects launched. So, catalysts were stated here. Additionally, I've posted Daniel's tweet on tracking the Gravano, the most recent period boundary crossing. At 1 billion ADA, Treasury has reached a significant milestone. If you have a concept for something you want to develop on Cardano or something that needs to be built, you can submit your plan and apply for funding there. For those who are unfamiliar with Catalyst, it is a fund to which anyone in the ecosystem can submit an application. And the method or fund that can finance that development is decentralized. The local population votes on it. On September 15th, the next board will also begin. Thus, Catalyst. Another item that we observe is dead this week. Robinhood added Cardano. I've seen some people complain about it, while others think it's fantastic. Look, anything that increases public awareness about Cardano is beneficial. It's excellent if it's a fresh approach for people to learn about kernel and perhaps acquire ADA. Once they understand what's going on, they can use alternative exchanges that permit them to remove their phones as well, which is only beneficial for the ecosystem. If we turn to ADA, we see that it is a platform for peer-to-peer lending and borrowing that will debut on September 13th. Therefore, it differs from some of the borrowing and lending you may have seen on other platforms. I would say that Cardano-based liquid finance or DANA will be more comparable to some of those options because they are peer-to-peer platforms that require someone to put up the money before it can be lent out. This is the case with some of the NFT platforms on Cardano as well, including Lending Pond and another one whose name I can't recall. But once they launch, I will delve more deeply into it. I can also create some tutorials explaining how everything works. Worldwide also released their dev diaries or the most recent changes for August. So I'll make a thorough film about this. I'm just waiting to see what will happen with early staking, which occurs 9 times a month and involves taking a snapshot. The last one that is currently visible in the vault is September 9th. But as far as I'm aware, that will continue until the mainnet goes live, and the testnet sounds like it won't be too long behind. But I'll let you know about early stake awards for Earth node operators as soon as I receive any information on that. I'm confident that the majority of Earth node operators are aware of an announcement. Therefore, while we wait for the mainnet, there will be additional staking rewards for the operators of Earth nodes. But like myself, I'm sure the majority of Earth node operators are eager to join testnet, try out new things, and get ready for mainnet when that goes live as well. So, as you can see, I'm done holding people. Over the weekend or the first part of the following week, I might delve more deeply into some of the most recent ecosystem-related headlines. This one's major goal was to disseminate information regarding the upcoming Vasil hard fork. I wish you a wonderful weekend. If you believe that others should be aware that Cardano is advancing rapidly, please share this information. I appreciate you coming. I'm grateful for it. I'll speak with you later.